is your First Alert 5 weather with Jessica Van Meter.
Welcome back into your Wednesday afternoon. Things looking a little different already. We had a lot of sunshine looking east from Pikes Peak this morning. A beautiful sunrise. In fact, a lot of cloud cover pushing into the area right now. That's kind of ahead of the rain and snow chances that are heading our way a little later on today. We have warmed up with that sunshine we saw earlier this morning. 47 degrees right now in Colorado Springs, 57 for Pueblo. Winds are getting a little breezy at times. We're up to 12 miles per hour around Colorado Springs. Potential for a little bit of breeziness through the second half of the day. A few gusts over 20 miles per hour will be possible. We're still dry for right now. But if we look up to our north, in northern Colorado, they are not dry. We've got rain for areas of the plains, changing over to snow along the border with Wyoming and some of those higher elevation areas west of I-25. We've got this disturbance that's off to our north. That's going to be sliding south as we go throughout the rest of the day. So that's going to spark more of that shower activity for our neck of the woods. Here's how that looks on that hour-by-hour forecast. By around 2, 3 o'clock, already seeing some of that activity around the Palmer Divide, Pikes Peak region, and that kind of tries to fill in as we get into the evening commute. Looks like the latest model has kind of slowed that progression a little bit, but still the chance to run into some of that shower activity through the drive at 5 later on this evening. We'll keep that chance in the mix through the evening hours. Main focus for any snow really going to be the Palmer Divide, western El Paso County into areas of Teller County. That'll be a best chance to see that change over to snow, potentially some very light accumulations with that. As we get to the evening overnight hours, the shift of moisture really happens east towards the plains, and hopefully a decent amount of moisture for the plains where we're dealing with severe drought and even extreme drought for many areas out there. After midnight, we do clear out pretty quickly along the I-25 corridor. Heading to tomorrow morning, generally pretty dry, especially for that morning commute. One exception being the far southeastern plains. We may have just a little bit of activity lingering for those folks. So in terms of rainfall, not going to amount to too much with this, but at least a little bit for some areas. We'll take whatever moisture we can get at this point. Snowfall forecast, it's been going back and forth. Started with about ½ an inch this morning, jumped up, jumped back down. Now it's at about 1.5 inches for Monument, 2 inches for Woodland Park. I think maybe 1 inch to 2 inches is pretty good estimate for some of those areas, especially where we see that change over to snow happening a little sooner. Bottom line, we should see some precipitation heading our way throughout the afternoon, evening, even into the overnight hours for areas of the plains. And like I said, we will take whatever we can get with those drought conditions we've been dealing with. So we're watching today for that moisture later this afternoon into the evening. After that, things are looking dry, right around 50, but dry for tomorrow. We're back into the 60s starting on Friday. Going to be a breezy day for us, and fire danger likely to be an issue for Friday. As we get into Saturday, things looking nice, 60s. Still looking like we could potentially see a cool down on Sunday. Models are kind of diverging about that right now, so we'll keep an eye on that forecast. We are expecting a warm start to the next work week. In Pueblo, our best chance for moisture really happening for today. After that, things looking dry. Temperatures do rebound for Friday, Saturday, and then again by Monday and Tuesday. Canyon City, our shot at moisture is really going to be this afternoon, this evening, to some extent into the overnight hours as well, especially as you go east. Otherwise, things looking very dry for the next several days. Woodland Park, best chance to see some of that rain changing over to snow across those higher elevation areas like Teller County and the Palmer Divide. Could see around 1 to 2 inches of moisture for some of those areas, which would be good. And after that, things do look dry. So fire danger obviously still very much a concern. Hopefully we can get a little bit of moisture to help us out today.
Yeah, and then on Easter, it looks like it might be a little chilly for the Easter egg hunt, Jessica.
Looking a little cool for any of those sunrise services, but like I said, models are still kind of going a little back and forth with that. The latest run came in a little warmer, so we'll have to keep a good eye on those.
So we can cross our fingers still. Thank you,
You definitely can.